Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. For those that are new, my name is Julie, and welcome to episode 2 of the School Days Junk Journal series. Today, we are making this super adorable library book themed bookmark to go as a bit of ephemera in one of the School Days journal. I kind of pulled this out last minute. I've been working on all kinds of fun things this week in the journals, and I came up with this yesterday, and I thought, okay, this has to be our project for the day. It was so quick and easy. Used a bit of scrapbook paper. Couldn't be any easier. Our big hitter supply in here are my clickable alphabet stamps. So I have a full supply list down in the description. So if you want to run around your house or your craft room and grab your supplies and craft along with me, I would love that. We'll do a few more things before we get started on the craft, but welcome. Let's see who we have in the chat today. Susie is here. You didn't get a reminder. I think YouTube's not that great about reminders. I feel like I don't get reminders. I get email reminders, which of course I never look at. You know, is it promotional or whatever the ones come into my day trip email, but I never look at those. I go through and delete them occasionally, but I don't get good reminders here on YouTube. But how are you, Susie? I hope you are good. Is your granddaughter's name Marina? Her birthday is coming up right on Monday because my Taylor's birthday is coming up on Monday. Nettie is here. Hello, Nettie. How was Jordan's birthday? Did you guys have fun? I hope you had a great birthday celebration for Jordan last week. Let's see here. Kathy says she didn't get one either. What are you doing, YouTube? What is going on? It's so crazy. I was having a problem that was driving me absolutely bonkers. So when I would watch videos and it would go to a commercial, it would just get stuck on the commercial. Maybe the longer commercials, I don't know what, and it wouldn't go back to the video, wasn't letting me, sometimes it would let me skip. So I had to remove the YouTube app, reinstall it this week, and now fingers crossed, it's working. So that luckily was a good fix. So if any of you guys are having that problem, try to do that. I just removed it from my phone. And I don't know if it's doing it on my laptop. I usually watch YouTube from my phone, but it was driving me bonkers. I have to close out the whole video, go back and find it, start it back up again. And of course it was, it would go backwards, right? It wouldn't start from where I had left off. So very, very annoying, especially if you're watching crafting videos. You don't want to stop and get back out. You went out for sushi. Nice. Yeah, birthdays, right? As we get older, our birthdays tend to be really mellow. Our birthdays are very mellow. Jim and I, and even the kids, very, very mellow. Taylor, she wanted to go to a particular Japanese restaurant, but it is closed on Monday because a lot of restaurants are closed on Mondays. So I think she's picked a different one. But she's not a sushi eater. She doesn't like fish. Maria is here. Hello, Maria. I hope you're having a happy Thursday. I'm so glad you are here. Okay, I'm going to get started into a couple things here. Let's pick our prompt. Let's do that first. And then I put some links below that I wanted to mention. Whoops, let me click off of this. So let's see what our prompt is. Last week it was wrapping paper, which was super challenging because I got my meager wrapping paper out and I had like happy birthday and wedding shower, baby shower. I wasn't very inspired. And then I remembered some special paper that I have. Okay, so what is, ooh, this is a fun one. This is a very fun one. City. So city is our crafty prompt for the week. That's going to be a fun one. I have to get out my magazine images maybe. Let's see. Yes, for today's project, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. I will hit you up with some index cards next time we see each other knitting, because I have a ton of them. I have so many. I have the big ones. I have vintage ones. I have like, oh my gosh, so many. Let's see. Yes. What are you guys doing, Susie? What are you doing for Martina's birthday? I love that. Isn't it? It's Monday, right? Or is it? Oh, you're celebrating? Are you celebrating on Saturday? Shawn is here. And I have to mention down in, so I'm going to have a little bit of segue. I'm so glad you're here, Shawn. So Shawn is hosting a really fun Dollar Tree challenge, especially fun for those of us that, well, fun for both. If you participated in just Paper Terrace's Dollar Tree junk journal, you probably have lots of leftovers, lots of supplies left over from that. And if you didn't participate, here's your chance to jump in and have fun with that. Let me see. Laura is here. Laura, hello, Laura. Laura's driving, but she's listening. Ooh, she got some cool estate sale finds. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, let me make sure. Bug is here. I also have to mention about Bug. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Yes, super fun. Okay, let me turn the camera around, because then I think, I don't want to look at myself. Sorry, my hair's still kind of wet this morning. I chopped my hair off this week. Let me turn the camera around. And today, a couple days ago, today was the first day I washed it, so I don't really know what it's going to do. But it is so crazy hot here. Whoops. Let me get my phone. Sorry about that. It is so crazy hot here. I did not want to blow dry my hair. No way, Jose, was I going to get the blow dryer out. Oh my goodness. Last night we had to sleep with the air on, which we usually don't. Usually it cools down enough at night that we don't have to have the air on, but oh my goodness. So yeah, no hair dryers for me. Okay, I'm going to stick this over here. And let me go back up here, and then let me grab my phone, because I want to make sure that I mention everything. Let me click off of that. And I put all the links below in my phone, but I'm going to go back just so I don't mess anything up. I don't miss any channel names. But if you guys go down in the description, the mentions I have here, and I wanted to add a couple more mentions in, but I didn't have time this morning, so I'm just going to talk about them, and then I'll come back and add them later. So the first crafty mention below is Bug is hosting a watch hour list here on YouTube. So basically, we have a number of friends here in the YouTube community, in the junk journal paper crafting community, that are really trying to get to their 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 watch hours before the new YouTube regulations take effect, I believe, in February, at the beginning of February. So they're trying to get this accomplished by January. So if you have extra time, go subscribe to all these channels. The channels are, of course, our Bug, Mediocre Arts and Crafts. Bug is on the list. Shawn, who's here in the chat, Recycled Messages. Tammy at Tammy Paper Nest, and Christina at ScrapcraftnStitchery. They are all trying to get to those milestones before these new rules take effect here on YouTube. So I think we could do it. I think we can do it as a community. I'll try to watch Bug's community tab. If she adds any more, I'll just keep adding to the list each week, and I feel very confident that we could do it. And I think a great way too is if these, I know Bug for sure has playlists. I started watching her altered book series that she has right now. So you can go to their channel, subscribe, and find a playlist and just let it play. Let it play while you're sleeping. Let it play when you're crafting, kind of body doubling, you know, some something fun to watch while you're sitting and creating as well. And then, as I just said, Shawn at Recycled Messages is hosting a new Dollar Tree challenge. It's a de-stash challenge. And I have the hashtag down below, and I have her video link below too. So go watch the video and follow along with all the, deadlines and cutoffs. I think I wrote myself a message. So I think the deadline is September 16th. So we have a lot of time left for that. And then, you guys, she has the most amazing giveaways as part of this challenge. There's a beautiful journal, handmade journal that she's making. There's a huge box of craft supplies to make your own journal. There's some of those awesome Dollar Tree notebooks, with the little needle point or whatever covers that we were all coveting. She has 3 of those. Oh my gosh, I'm sure I've left some of the giveaways out. Joanne, Junk Journal Joanne, is going to be doing the judging, and it's going to be all kinds of fun. So you guys go watch the video. I'm going to participate in it, and I hope you guys will join me. Let's see here. Awesome. And Shawn she says here, she's also organized her videos into a playlist. So go watch her playlist. And I would say if any of the other people on the watch hour list, set up those playlists, friends, because I will say that I get one in particular, kind of my big vintage craft and chat playlist. I get a lot of views on that playlist in particular. So anytime, as you start gathering videos, maybe you have a playlist of, junk journal tags or whatever it is, how to make covers. You can definitely put playlists together. So I highly, highly, highly recommend. And then that helps us too to get your watch hours up. Let's see. Oh, Angela's here. I miss Angela coming in. Angela's at work today. Oh, I bet she wishes she was off thrifting and out looking for treasures. Well, have a good day. Angela, Jess is here. Hi, Jess. Jess is here from Plans and Crafts. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. I'm going to look back up here in the chat. If I missed anybody, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I think I touched on everything. The mention, though, so I have 2 obsessions this week that I want to mention, also because Laura is here. I will go back later and put the link below, but Laura on her Crafty Live the other night, what night was it, Laura? She made this little scrappy notebook. I don't know why I can't get it. I can't get it out of my mind. I'm very busy working on the school days journal, so I don't want to stop and then start working on another project. But I am obsessed with this little notebook that she made. I think she used Dollar Tree scrapbook paper. It's just adorable, and I can't get it off my mind. For some reason, I feel driven to make one Halloween themed. So hopefully somebody can put the link in that below, but go and watch that. And the other thing that I've been obsessed with this week is Jen at, what is Jen's channel? Is it Jen's Junk? What is it? We all know. We all follow Jen and love her. Somebody, a subscriber or a friend of hers, sent her this box of amazing craft supplies to make a custom junk journal for her. But I'm obsessed with looking at all the supplies and how she's creating the journal. But the thing I'm very obsessed with, which I didn't know was a thing, I'm making covers with felt as the base. So I definitely have that in my future. I've been watching Jen's tutorial. I probably will end up doing a deep dive, but have any of you done that? Have any of you used felt for the cover of your journals? And then you can cover it. Jen's been covering it with fabric and handkerchiefs and paper and all kinds of beautiful stuff. But those are the 2 things that I am obsessed with, and I just want to stop everything else I'm crafting and craft those. let's see, Jen's Junk. That's what her channel is, Jen's Junk. And I think she has a playlist set up for that as well. Susie said, yes, I saw that. She used 6x6. Yep. Cuts to 6x4. I loved it. I'm going to definitely make it. Yep, yep, yep. Yes, yes, yes. It's so good. You haven't made one, but you're about to. Oh, and I have tons, also because I have tons of felt. Oh my gosh. I have a mother load of felt. I picked up 2 huge things of felt a bunch of years ago. I like to use felt on the tops of assemblages, when I make them on whatever, like tins and things like that. I like to put felt as the top base. So I picked it all up and it's just sitting there because I don't make assemblages as much as I used to. So I'm super excited. And it's taking up probably half a drawer. Like that's like that's good space there that I could put other stuff in. So I am excited to jump in and do that. So those are the 2 things I'm obsessed with. Oh, let me show you really quick and then we will jump into, so here was my make. I totally forgot about that. For the craft prompt last week, it was wrapping paper. I don't love the back. I might end up covering the back maybe with some lined paper. I don't know. Sometimes I came back in and colored them. They were, what do I want to say? Rubber stamps. I just put little rubber stamped images and then I came back and colored them with the paper. I don't know. I don't love the back, but I love the front. So I was struggling. All of my wrapping paper was very thematic. I wasn't feeling the themes. I didn't want to do a happy birthday tag or whatever. And then I remembered I have a whole kind of, well, not whole. It's very partial. There's just a little bit left on it. But this wrapping paper from my youth, that was my mom's that I had saved. And I wasn't wanting to wrap gifts in it because it just held a lot of memories, childhood memories. We had lots of Christmas gifts wrapped in this paper. And I think maybe it's vintage Hallmark. I think I tried to look on the back and I couldn't find a print, but it was just this cute little polka dot print. And I'm going to be using a lot of it because I think, although I don't want to wrap gifts in it because I feel like it'll just go in the recycle bin, using it in my paper crafts is a perfect way for it to live on. And as I said in my Instagram post, I know my mom would love that as well. And the rest of this is all kind of thrifted. This is one of those Tim Holtz stamps. I think this is a Dollar Tree stamp as well. This sunflower word. I think it was in one of those Dollar Tree stamp sets. These are just some die cut things that I had thrifted. Actually, when Laura and Mary Beth were out here at Jamie Savers, I think I shared some of these with Nettie. So I used one of these die cuts. And then of course, these are those wonderful bee wall decals that Junk Journal Joanne turned me on to, and I am absolutely obsessed with. So that put that little collage together with those elements. And I might do a tutorial on this, but this is definitely, right now, I am sticking this into my little zipper pouch over here that'll go into my bee journal. So thank you, Shawn. Yeah, it was fun. Does it look, Kathy says, it looks like a vampire bee. Does it? Looks like a vampire bee. Maybe. It's a little vampire-ish. I could color it and make a version of that when we get to doing our Halloween journals. Thank you, everybody. Yes, Bug is saying that she and Laura need to do a craft show. Most definitely. I think there's a big need for that. Most definitely. Ooh, that would be so beautiful. Susie's saying she has seen several slow stitch journals made with felt. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm going to venture into this. I've done a little bit of slow stitching, just making little tags, like little fabric, little stamp tags. I think I made that 1 week for one of our crafty prompts, but I haven't done any big slow stitching. Bug says, I went through a phase where I was making little, what did she say? Little little voodoo dolls out of felt and recently gave away a ton, but still have a ton. Oh my gosh, so cute. Have you done a tutorial on those, Bug? Oh my gosh, I would love to see. I would love to see. Oh, on the back. Oh, maybe that's why I don't like it, Kathy. You're right. It does. Like, look how dark it is. I feel like they could have added some more detail. I feel like there should have been some separation here. Maybe that's why I don't like it. There's so much black there. I guess I could take like my white pen, but anyway, I don't love it. I'll probably end up putting, just do like a little bit of lined paper. I feel like lined paper is always an easy fix if you do something on the back you don't like. Okay, let's get into today's project. I love this project. Sometimes I will not post the thumbnail for today until the day before Wednesday because I was working on so many different projects and I was still working on pockets and things in the journal. I'll do a little flip through and show you the new things that I added this week. And if we get done with this bookmark early enough, and if I'm not talking too much, there's another fun little project that I did in one of the journals. So we will go to that as well. So here is the bookmark. I'm just using a piece of cardstock for the back of it. And it came about because I was cutting down one of the book pages that I had set aside. And it came from this page. So it was the offcut, I think, was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was. It was the offcut of this, and although it doesn't seem like the offcut, but it must have been. It must have been. And I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with that little piece? It would make a perfect bookmark. This I probably will cut down a little bit more, and then this will become a journaling card in one of the journals. So I'm going to set that aside over here. And then I also have this page, and I thought this one, if we cut this one down, here we go in the camera. If we cut this down slim, I think this will make a perfect second one for the other journal. And then this will make a great journaling card as well. So that is what we are going to do. I did a little stamp. Actually, I already had this in my little stamp, my clickable what do I want to say, cigar box here. I actually found that. I had stamped that on some fabric, bookish, and it was the perfect width. So I just used it. I went along with that. And then here's a little bit of my mom's wrapping paper again. I had that sitting here on the table, and I thought that was so cute with the green and the polka dot. And then this is just a little piece of index card, and it's actually one of the Dollar Tree index cards. It's kind of that bright color, the kind of thin ones. And then I didn't have numbers that were small enough, so I just did little alphabets here and then added a little dot with a micron pen. So easy peasy, and I think it's so cute. And then this is Dollar Tree up here too. Lots of Dollar Tree in here. And we're going to add a little grommet here, or an eyelet, and then just a little piece of twine for the top. And so cute. And you could do, if you just have white scrapbook paper, you could do white. You could even put a little list for somebody to keep track of their books on the back too, but I just think it's cute. And let's see. Oh, yeah. And I pulled out the same paper. So I have this kind of double-sided, which I think came from a birthday pack. So we have blue on that side, and we have this kind of stripey on that side. So let's cut this down. Let's see what we're going to get out of this. We kind of only have one. Well, I think I'm going to cut off the bottom here first. And let me see here. Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. I want to save this wording because I may likely add the wording onto the journaling card. So I'm going to stick that over there. And let's see here. We go a little bit more. It's a little rift there on the side. Okay, that's pretty clean. And then let's see how much we're going to cut off here. Not going to be super exact, but let's see. Maybe we'll try to keep a little bit of his hand. And we'll cut them off there. So this bookmark will be a little bit bigger, but I think it's perfect. And then I'll put that aside to make a journaling card out of. Okay, let's see what we have here. Seems a little crooked, doesn't it? Let me see. Seems a little crooked to my eye. So let me check it here. Yeah, I think slightly. I think it needs a little bit more off the top. I feel like I'm always fussing with these cutters here. Okay. All right, I think that's good. Does it fit on this one? So I could use a, nope, that one's not large enough. We'll stick that over there. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Maybe I'll make it a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's glue that on. Grab some paper here. I might have to go grab my wrapping paper. No, actually that's perfect. That's a perfect size. Let's see. Gail is Gail here? Hello, Gail. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Gail is in the house. I'm so glad you're here, Gail. I hope you're having a happy Thursday. Aren't they good? What book did these come from? It's a book I took apart a long time ago. I almost want to say, but I feel like the book pages are too big. Trying to think what book it was. I was looking up on my shelf. I was going to say, what are those pastel ones? The children's book collection, you know, the pastel ones that we're always looking for. Maybe it came out of one of those that I took apart. But it was a book that had a bunch of different stories in it. And whatever this short story was, it was kind of like townscapes. In fact, look at that city. That would have been perfect for this week's prompt. Okay, perfect. And I think that's a good, let's see, let me look at the height of it because it'll go in one of these journals. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I wish I could remember what book it came out of because it's pretty cute. Actually, I'm going to cut this with my scissors. I don't trust my paper cutter, paper trimmer. I got a little off-sided there. Okay, then now we'll cut this side, I think. Do I trust it? I think I trust it. No, I don't. I'm going to cut it with my scissors. Because I've already glued it, I feel like I kind of have one shot at it. Okay, I think we're pretty good. Like this side. Get this straightened up a little bit. Okay, I think we're pretty good. Pretty good there. Okay, let's grab our little index card. And we have our wrapping paper piece. Okay, let's get out our clickable stamps. And hopefully I have a piece of fabric in here that's going to be wide enough. And I don't have to grab some more fabric. I just keep little scraps like this just so they're kind of at the ready in here when I need them. That one's a little see-through. Let's see if we can fit bookish on here. And these, I think, are the 3/16 stamps. These are linked below. They're the smallest size that I have down in the supply list, and these are the lowercase ones. And I also have uppercase in the 1/4 inch, which are another go-to, and then I have the 1/4 inch in the lowercase. But let's see if we can fit bookish on this little piece I have here. Let's see, I need a bunch of O's. Here's the B. Here's the O. B-O-O. Another O and an H, I think. That's always a challenging, is to find the letters. Here's an H. Oh, here's an O here. Let's use that. B-O-O-K. Do I have too much? No, B-O-O-K-I-S-H. And I think that's going to fit perfectly on that piece. And I'm going to grab my archival, the Ranger. This is my favorite ink. It's the permanent, kind of waterproof ink, which I think we probably all use and love. Make sure I have lots of ink. If it doesn't stamp well, I'll grab, whoops, oh shoot. Do that again. If it doesn't stamp well, I'll grab another piece of fabric here. There we go. When do you go? Did you type it up above? When are you leaving, Angela? Oh my gosh. You get to see Laura, Mary Beth, you get to see Pam and Kelly. Have you been to Pam's before? I feel like you've been seeing Pam in person before. What does Shawn say? Your scraps look like you're ready for a magazine photo shoot. No, oh my gosh. You should have seen my desk this morning, Shawn. I probably, in lieu of looking presentable, I'm like, I have to clean up my desk. It was like a tornado went off. It was so bad. And I had this like little tiny area here that I had been scrapping it or crafting in the last couple of days. It was getting smaller and smaller because it was just covered in piles. Oh, that looks good. Little bit double because I was talking too much, but I think we are going to go with that. Yeah, the walls were closing in. I'm going to take a little sip of my water here. Let me go into the chat in here too. My phone. Hi, Benny. And Ben just came through. Hi, honey. Hi. The kitties aren't liking this heat either. They are not liking it. Okay. Sometimes I will rip, but I think I'm going to cut and then we'll just kind of pull some threads, I think, on the edge. Is what we'll do. Because sometimes when you, if you rip it, it kind of distorts it a little bit. So I find if I just pull them, it looks a little bit better. Let me show. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. So you can get a little bit of the kind of thready edges there, we'll call it. Okay. And let's look at our little scrap here. Probably I should cut this next. Okay, let's measure our index card. See where we want that to go. I think I could do it a little bit more narrow than I did the other one. I feel like we have a little bit, well, maybe not. I feel like we have a little bit more space to work with. Let's go there and see where that gets us. My mind is also trying to think of what I'm going to do for Shawn's Dollar Tree challenge. I'm trying to think. I definitely want to use up, I wasn't, the one thing I discovered, because I don't have a lot of paper from Dollar Tree, is I discovered that so many of their papers are really thin. So I think I want to do some kind of little scrappy notebook maybe to use up a bunch of the papers. I think that'll be a perfect thing. Let's give the bottom of the index card a little bit of interest. I'm going to use my naughty pinking shears here that I use for paper. Okay, that's looking super cute. Likey. Okay, let's see. I think we'll cut that on that side. Is that gonna fit? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna cut it, I think right there where those polka dots are. I think I'll even that up a little bit. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty even. Very cute. Let's do a little bit more of a dry fit here. Well, let me take a little bit more, I think, off of this. Oh, I need to take even more. It's better just to take a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's glue that on. Let's see. Llama is here. Hello. Hello, Llama. Welcome. So good to see you again. Let's see. Angela's going. She's going back to work. Bye, Angela. Shawn said you ended up sewing 2 sheets together. Yeah, for a lot of mine. Me too. I don't think I sewed any. I'm kind of new to the sewing. So I did sew on the cover. I don't think that I sewed anything on the inside, but I definitely had to glue. I was like, I was not feeling, those are two hang-ups that I have. Those are, I guess they're like, I don't like thin paper and I'm not a big glossy person. So I have weird feels and textures about craft supplies, and those are 2 of them. Not a fan of glossy and not a fan of thin. So, okay, how cute is that? I used a little bit of Fabri-Tac because it's fabric. Okay, and I think we can go ahead. We have to come in and stamp the alphabet, but I'm just going to go ahead and glue it on because I think we're okay with that. Oops, got a weird weird thing there. I think I will use art glitter for the index card just because it's a little bit thicker. Also, the other thing that I rediscovered when I was using these Dollar Tree index cards for the challenge, and I think I had mentioned it in my flip through of my journal, and I'll show you guys. It's so weird. And this one I had to take off and re-glue because it was coloring it. But I discovered these Dollar Tree index cards. They react strangely with glue stick. I don't think the Fabri-Tac, and I don't think, oh, it's all cloggy. And definitely not the art glitter glue, but they react in a really weird way. But it's like, it's a very cool effect. So let me show you guys after I get this glued on what it does. Okay, that's perfect. And then we just have to add our little alphabet. Let me grab all the colors. For sure it does it with the yellow. And I haven't taken the time, but I'm going to take the time to test it with you guys because it made me think about it, because I had to kind of redo that index card because it was looking all kinds of funny. So I think it just, I don't think it matters what side, but let me see. Yes. Okay. Look at that. Is that crazy or what? So this, and I've been using, is kind of my new favorite, the Scotch permanent glue stick. So these are the little tiny that I always have here in my craft space. Let's see if it does it with the big one. It does, but less so. Okay, that's fascinating. Look at that. So I don't know if it's every glue stick. If you guys have any of these index cards, you can try it, but definitely this one, the smaller one, does it much more so than the larger one. But it's almost like, I guess some of the color comes off. Here, let me try it again. But it's the coolest look. No, it does, so it doesn't come off. It just kind of stays on there. So let me see what other I think, are these Dollar Tree? Whoops. Let's try it with this. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Okay, this one isn't doing it. I feel like it's Dollar Tree. This must be one because it's super thin. Maybe it's just the yellow. Let's see. Maybe it's just the yellow. Okay, that's not doing it. These must be Dollar Tree. They're very thin. So maybe it's just the yellow one that does it. Not doing it. And what else would be part of that? That's thin. This is thin, right? Because the Dollar Tree ones are so thin. Blue is purple. Look at that one. That's in bad shape. Was purple part of the pack? No. Maybe. Feels kind of thin. Not doing it. This blue one, this turquoisey one, may be part of it too. So maybe it's just the yellow one. Okay, it's just the yellow one. there was a little experiment of the day. Let's see, Llama said she's more after to glue than sew. So, okay, so I sew more. Oh, I'm more, wait, what did she say? I think she said I'm more afraid. Okay, you're more afraid to glue, so you end up sewing more. I love that. Now that I've started sewing, I love the look of it. I'm trying to do it more and more. In fact, I thought this would probably be really cute just to give it a little, like sew around and give it a little sewn border, or even sew around the bookish here, I think would be awfully cute. But I didn't end up doing it because I figured, well, I'm doing it with you guys today and not everybody has a sewing machine. Is anyone, oh, are you getting ton of ads? I've never had so many during a live, just had number 5. You did? Oh no. Why is that happening? I have like the recommended thing set up, so I'll have to look. I apologize for that. Yeah, that's too many, I think. Are they the pop-up? Are they the pop-up ones, or they're the ones that play? Okay. I'll have to look at that. I don't like it when that happens. So okay, so I guess apparently it's just the yellow one. So that's fascinating. But it gives it a super cool look. If you're decoupaging napkins, it gives it kind of a watercolory look. That's super cool. So, okay, good. I took a few minutes to do that little bit of testing. Okay, let's get out our alphabet stamps. And probably should have had them all out, but I bet they're mostly loose. If I can find A. It's hidden here. Hi, Amy. Let's see. Oh, they're video ads. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. Amy says that the paper visually changes with the glue, then use it with stencils or just streaking to make visual texture create. Yeah, visual texture. Let me show you what I did and how I noticed it. I think I did a card or something in the Dollar Tree journal. What did I do it on? It was so cool. It was the lemon napkins that they have at Dollar Tree. I thought it gave it I think it was the lemon napkin. I think I made just a little journaling card. It's just a question where I put it. Somewhere in here. Is it here? It might be here. No. I stuck a bunch of them in here just to give some color to the journal because I didn't overly decorate it. Oh, here it is. Look how cool that looks. So this is that lemon. It's this napkin right here. So it's the same napkin. So you can see if you just, put it on regular paper and not this index card. But look at that. So that lemon napkin, because of the oranges, the orange from the glue, is that cool looking or what? So I think it's going to be fun to try different napkins, kind of different colorways, and see what it does. In fact, you can kind of see, look, even on that side. So I guess it's the dye that comes off, right? That's what I'm guessing. But is that cool looking or what? I love that. Love it. Okay, let me see. Let me go into my thing and see if I can adjust it. If you guys bear with me a minute. Let me go into the studio here. I wonder if I can do it while we're live. Let's see, because that's very annoying. Okay, so I have automatic. I have the recommended automatic. I'm going to put it to low and see if it updates while we're on, and let me know, you guys, if it makes a difference. Let's see, what are my other options? Scheduled, manual, automatic. And usually I do the automatic. So let's see if that gets a little bit better with the low. And if it doesn't, then I'll just take it off and then I'll just put them back on. I used to do that. I used to not turn them on until after the live was over. So maybe that's something I'll go back to doing. looks dark in here, doesn't it? Does it look dark to you guys? It looks very dark to me for some reason. Yeah, isn't that cool? So cool, Amy. So super cool. Okay, hopefully that gets better. Okay, let's see. Back to finding our A's or AA. Oh, goodness gracious. I guess I should click them all together because it's not in that one, right? Probably going to be the very last one I pull out. Watch. I bet it will be. Yep. It was almost the last one. Okay, let's get our archival ink. And these little stamps, I don't know if you can tell, they are almost perfect height for the index cards. So this little, what was it? What did I say it was? Let me look in the description. What size is this one? Let me see. These are the 3/16. Yeah, the 3/16 are like the perfect height. You get nice. I got a little off on that one, but here's a D. Gonna need that. I think we're gonna need a C. Let's just do the C. A, B, C. C, D. D. I already did the A. A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's do the F while we have that. D, E, F. I think we'll need the Y. D, E, F. Here's the E. Here's the B. I need to look and see if they have numbers because I think I would like the numbers. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Here's the H. H. O, I. H. H, I. E, F, G, H, I. I. So now we just need the G. Where are you, G? Oh, here it is. I think that's the G. Yeah, G, G, G. G. So cute. Look how cute that is. It's almost cuter. I think I would have grabbed numbers if I had them, but I almost like the alphabet, I think, in a different way. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my little micron pen and then just add little dots in here because I think that's cute. Little detail to add to this. Okay, now what do we need? We need a little eyelet at the top. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you say, I don't know what it did, but I don't get ads anymore at all. I haven't seen any monthly charges. I'm okay with it. Oh, you don't get any ads in general. Oh, nice, Susie. And you haven't seen any monthly charges? Ooh, maybe you got a little gift from YouTube. I do get that pop-up that says you can do like a trial. But I'm always afraid to do the trial because I know I'll forget to turn it off. But how much is it? Does anybody know? Maybe it's worthwhile, actually, with the amount of YouTube that I watch. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, let me get my crocodile. And what color do we want to use? I feel like I kind of liked the red. What other options? These are some that I picked up at an estate sale, I think. So that's why I have these little colored ones. I think red is probably the most fun. There's some blue in here, but I feel like the blue, yeah, let's do the red. I feel like the red pops a little bit better. Let's open it here. What happened here? Pull that back a little bit, that little slider thingy. Yeah, we'll just kind of eyeball it. Oh, down here. I feel like I always have to squeeze that really hard. Okay. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. Very nice. And it would also, I think, look cute. You could come in and round the corners, but I think with that book page image, I'm just going to leave it square. So get that out of the way. And I'll grab this little Dollar Tree ribbon. My pinking shears. Probably about that. It's probably good. I'm doing good today. I am crafting much faster than I usually do. Let's see. Oh, can you set up groups? That's interesting. So could you do like a family plan? So Nettie says it's $34.99 a month for ad free. But if you could do family plans, that's probably, or a group plan, that's probably well worth it. And share it, right? Share it with your honeys and your loved ones. Okay, that's perfect. Let me grab some twine. I don't think I have, I guess that's the same. Any of this like thicker red. Yeah, and I like the red still. Let's do that. Ooh, I think we're going to get to the other project today. Also, if anybody is watching the replay or anybody is here in the chat and you would like to be in our Instagram craft group, just let me know and we can add you in. I would just need to know what your name is on Instagram. If it's your own name, your YouTube name, that kind of thing. So we have a little private craft group in Instagram. A lot of people that are here in the chat are in it. And those that participate in the weekly craft challenges, we usually will post a pic of our make in there. I like to post on Instagram as well, and also in the community tab here on YouTube. But it's a fun little group. people will share, you know, crafting inspiration. If anybody is going live, and, you know, they'll post it so we can all come and participate, that kind of thing. So cute. Okay, so I made a little bow. And I didn't do it on this one. I'm going to do it now that I'm thinking about it. I'm going to add a little bit of art glitter just on that center of that bow. I didn't add any glue to the ribbon itself. Maybe I should have, but I'm going to add some to the knot here, just so it stays tied, I think. Maybe frayed check would also work well, since it's going to be a bookmark. Whoever gets these journals may want to take it out and use it in a book, maybe not just the journal. Yeah, so it's a little bit more secure. And oops, I think that's it. How cute is that? I love this. I think I'm going to take that idea and definitely do more. And I said in my, I think, Instagram post or one of the posts, these would be so cute to, you know, they're fairly quick and easy to make, but wouldn't these be cute to add to a little free library if you have one in your neighborhood? I think that would be a fun little make to put in one of those. They would make fun teacher gifts, or if you're in a book club, how cute that would be is a little book club gift for your fellow members. I think all kinds of cute. I love that. Okay, let's put that up to dry. Let me do a little bit of cleaning. Oh, we added you age ago. Do you want to join? Oh, yay, Shawn. Okay, awesome. I'm going to make myself a note to add you in later. Let's see. Add Shawn to IG group. Okay, perfect. And are you recycled messages on IG too? IG group. Okay, perfect. And my little note here. That would be great too. Yeah, women's shelter. Yep, for the kids. That would be really good. Yes, little gift with the book and slip one of those in. So cute. And you could just, I mean, you could use, it was so cute with, like, you could use Richard Scarry, you know, for the book images up here. You could do Richard Scarry, like kids book images. You don't have to put bookish. You could just write like what other things would be cute, like read. You know, you could pick other words to put on here too, and that was pretty quick and easy. And it's also a great way to use up those scraps that we all have. And you could just do blank on the back, right? You don't even need to have like double-sided or even single-sided. You could just use some upcycled, you know, cardstock or free stuff that you get in the mail. So you could make it pretty cheap. But yeah, sky's the limit on the book images that you can include. Okay. All right, let me show you this other project that I did yesterday that I thought was so cute. I have to find it somewhere. And for some reason, so I have 2 books going for this series, but I've just been working in this one. I haven't even grabbed this one to start decorating. But my thought process is, and I still haven't sewn the signatures in. I'm doing it, as I said last week, I'm doing a little different where I'm decorating the pages and the signatures, and then we'll go back and sew them in. So maybe next week we'll sew them in. Not quite sure, but I haven't really decorated this one at all. Oh, I did finish this last week. So we had started this together on episode 1. So I finished the library card in here. So I did do that one, but I think that's about it. But my plan is whatever I make and create in this one, I'm just going to duplicate it over in this journal. And so it'll be finishing this one out will be pretty quick and easy, I think. I think unless I deviate a little bit. But let me Might have to do a little bit of a flip through. I'll see if I did anything new. I started adding pockets in, so I just grabbed some vintage flashcards and then just added some little corner text in here. That's new. I did start clipping a little bit of ephemera in here and there, but it's definitely not done by any means. You guys saw this little pocket I added, and I stuffed that one a little bit. Oh, I did go back and add some gold stars. So I had made these little clusters, kind of little collages here on, I think these are the Hobby Lobby in the teacher like classroom kind of thing. I think these are those whiteboard type of things where a teacher would write the child's name on it. So I just cut those down, but I felt like it needed something else. So I grabbed some of my gold star stickers and added, again, I clipped a few things in here. Added a doily. I thought it needed a little bit more color. Oh, this is one of the new pockets I made this week. So I just took a book page image and then just also put some of the wording down on here. So that was just a little pocket. Again, stuck a few things in there. Oh, these are fun. Let me grab the packaging. These are a ton of fun. I don't have it. Oh, where is it? It's somewhere here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So I had this notepad pack, and I was actually going to put it in my Etsy shop. So it was new old stock, and it wasn't opened. And because it wasn't open, I thought, well, it's pretty cool. It's pretty unique. And I was going to put it in my Etsy shop, but the cellophane, the packaging wasn't in super good shape. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to open it and use it myself and enjoy it. And I think, was it this way? Yeah, I think it was packaged this way. So it had like a cello cover on it. So this was the border that you saw at the front of the packaging. But look at the back. Oh my gosh. So it had all these triangles here, and I thought those would make the cutest little text. So on this page, I added some in as little top, corner text, and all I did was cut them out. But I thought those were so cute. And then this is a Yahtzee scorecard, and I actually put one in that was already written on, and it says the name Janet, which I think is adorable. So those are new. So those will be popping up on some of the other pages. Where is the thing that I made yesterday? It was so cool. Here's some more just little flashcards I've started adding in. Okay, it's not in that one. Let's see here. Kind of have to go on the hunt. This, I need to figure out what to do. I haven't quite figured out what to do with this. Angela helped us. She said these were report card folders. So I folded that, but I need to figure out how I'm going to decorate that. Oh, here's another one of the corners. And I think for this one, I'm going to attach it here and probably do a little flip up kind of corner tech journaling spot. In fact, let me clip that so it doesn't get lost here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me see. Let me clip it here so you can see the other side. Okay, here is the other thing we're going to make today. So cute. So when I bought those at Michael's, the library card napkins, where are they? I don't think I have a whole one here, but I do have a little strip. Yeah. So when I found these at Michael's, and by the way, Gail, who's here in the chat, Gail found not the dinner size, but Gail hunted down and found library print napkins on Amazon. So they're the smaller, like cocktail napkin size, the smaller squares that have not the same, but a similar look, similar design and print. So I put, I think, a couple links to those in a community tab post. And then I think she also found, maybe there was a dinner size one, I think, that had black and white print. So not quite like the color look, but super, super cute, because I looked and Michael's doesn't have these anymore. They sold out of those, but I think the Amazon links, I think they're pretty well priced, you know, maybe the same thing that you would probably find pricing wise in Marshall's, I think, if I remember right. But these napkins were sort of companion ones and being sold as part of this line. And I think they're so cute. The coloring is very similar. So I knew that I wanted to use these as well in the journals. So they kind of mimic, I feel like, you know, kind of the ditzy floral, kind of that vintage floral look that we so love in fabric. So I wanted to use those in some way. So what I did was I just made a little pocket. We're going to make that here together because I think we have enough time to do that. So I just made a little pocket out of a CD envelope holder. Oops. We're getting blurry here. So we're going to make the little pocket. We'll decoupage some of the fabric on top and then see how much time we have. And then I also made a little tag with one of these guest chunks on here and found an image. That'll be the hardest part probably for us to find a small enough image. But I thought this was kind of fun. And I'm pretending that's a school bus. It's been hard. I don't have like the scrapbook sets, you know, the back to school. Like I wasn't able to find any of those. So I'm mostly working with book page images. So it's a little bit of a nod to school days on some of these book page images. But I thought this one was fun because it did say bus stop and it looks like a little school bus here. So what are the words? Jumping girls, something different. This, oh, I did it wrong, you guys. Oh, look what I did. Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be jumping girls. This will be something different. Okay. Okay. Jumping girls, something different. This will be. Well, it still works. But it's supposed to be, this will be something different. Something different, this will be. Okay, it still works. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. I was like, oh no, how am I going to fix that? I'm going to have to put something over the top of it. But we are good. We are golden. Okay, let's get some of this stuff out of the way. And I pulled this out too. I had this tissue paper too in my little folder where I keep my scraps of napkin. You know, when I use partial napkins, I just have a little folder that I put them in. And I thought that was cute too, but I don't think I want to use it. I'll use it for something else. Okay, so I have a little square. Does that fit on there? It does. It does fit. So we are good. Okay. Let me get some glue. Let me get this out of the way. Put that out of the way too. Okay, let me get something to glue on. And this one, I'm going to try to get a little bit closer on the edge. So I like to use a glue stick. Hopefully you guys can see that. I like to use glue stick when I'm gluing or decoupaging with paper napkins. And I probably could have done a little bit better job of getting closer on the edge. But I think it still has a really cute look, even though you can see a little bit of the white around it. But I think I'm going to try to get a little bit closer. And this was my first time working with napkin on these CD envelopes. I've done paper, you know, where I'll like collage paper and then I kind of rip it so it mimics the roundness or the circle, and then I kind of collage it and glue it on. But ooh, that's a big chunk there. Big chunk of glue. Way too much glue. I have a glue problem here. Let me flatten that out a little bit more. Cotty is here. Hi, Cotty. Oh my gosh. Cotty had the best live yesterday, which I think you took down, right, Cotty? You didn't leave it up? Because Jim came home right at the end. He got home from work and I was watching you on my phone, and I set my phone aside because, you know, I like it when he comes home to see how his day was. And I was spending time and chit-chatting with him. And so I didn't get to say goodbye. But then when I went back, it said that you had removed the live, but it was so good. So Cotty was having a play with like mixed media where she was doing a collage with painty papers that she had made. And she created trees and an owl and this cute little figurine. It was like this little outdoor setting, and it was so adorable. And it was such a pleasure just to watch her create. But yeah, I feel, oh, what's wrong, sweetheart? Puppy. Oh my gosh. Did you guys hear him? It's Poppy, and he has this little mouse, like a mousy toy. Did you get a mouse? Good job. Good job. Good job, buddy. Yeah, good job. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. He's probably calling for Benny to say, look what I found. Okay, I'm going to get here. What's wrong, honey? What's wrong? What's wrong, Bubba? Okay, I think I got a little closer, so we'll see. We'll see how that ends up. And just gonna kind of keep it a little bit taut. I never mind if I get little wrinkles in the paper napkin, because I think that's part of the cool look. And I'm just gonna burnish it down. It was accidentally. Oh my gosh, Cotty. Okay, I'm glad it was accidental, because I was like, oh my gosh, it was so wonderful. I would go back and watch it. Okay, so it's just good, just accidental. Well, I hope you do that again. I love mixed media. Like, that's the type of art I'm always drawn to. I just love it. Occasionally, I always feel like it's a self-indulgent thing, because I'm always having to come up with things for us to do together here. We have our weekly prompts, and I don't know why. It shouldn't be a self-indulgent thing, but I just feel like doing mixed media I love it, because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna see what happens. But yeah, I guess that's the best way I could describe it, is kind of a self-indulgent thing, which it should not be at all. So that's probably telling me I need to make time to do it more often. And also, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just do it. I just do it. I have a lot to learn. Okay, I'm just going to take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut and trim. It cuts really, really easy. And if you were creating this as, like, say, a floating pocket, like something you wanted to stick down tuck into another pocket or a tuck spot, you could just fold the edges and then just continue on. You could do little patchworky kind of thing with the napkins. But because we're going to glue down the back and make a pocket, I'm just going to cut it. Oops. It's a little sticky still. The thing on it. Okay, I'm going to cut this edge. I might even keep these strips because they are great little pieces to collage with. I have a little bowl over here where I kind of just keep little cutoffs and things as I'm working on. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to cut off this top flap because we don't need it. So I'm just going to follow the line. There we go. And you could probably come, you could probably come down and even cut it here, depending on what your envelope or what your CD sleeve is like. But what happened here? Oh, that needs to be glued there. Oh, mine's kind of coming apart. That's what's happening. I think it's just the whole edge was coming apart there. Okay, I'm going to glue it back down. But yeah, you could cut it down here so that this is even, but I just cut right where that fold line was. Okay, that's trash. Okay, and we're gonna do it the same way I did it yesterday because it was the first time I'd done it. I was just kind of feeling my way through. But what I ended up doing was I took one of, I have one of these little paintbrushes that has the little water holder. And then I just put a little bit of water in the middle, not a lot, just enough to kind of get me started with ripping. And then I took my little pokey tool here and I just lifted it up just so it kind of gave me a starting. And then let's see how it does. This will be kind of an experiment. I think I'll rip out the center and then we'll get closer on the edges. Kind of work our way around. Okay. I'm just going to throw that piece away. And let's see if it helped getting a little bit closer with that glue. Oh yeah, I think it did help a little bit to be a little bit better. And let's try this. I also grabbed my little cutter bees and kind of came in here and just cut around too. And that might be even quicker. Yeah. Yeah, that actually works pretty good with the scissors. And I think it helped that I got a little bit closer to the edge. but depending on the look you're going for, I think that little ripped edge is sweet. And is obviously a sweet look for junk journaling. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think we're gonna kind of leave it at that. Okay, let's hope we have some luck now with some book page images. Let's see if we can find something that is small enough for the guest checks. Let's see, do I want to use, oh, we have to cover the inside. Do I want to use pink or green? Well, we'll let the book page decide what color we're going to use. But we have one pink and we have green to choose from. And then I'm going to grab some kind of book. This one I did like an arithmetic book here. So I'm going to find like a book page and just kind of line the inside, just something that's a little bit generic. Okay, where did I put my pile? Here. Clippy. Let's see if we have something in here that's just kind of generic and not too precious. This will be fun to do something with. This will probably end up being a pocket in that other one, but I think I have, here we go. Yeah, this one might work, I think. Oh, it'd be really cute to put map in there. That would be sweet too. Okay, let's use this one. Get these out of the way. And I'm going to cut this down just so I get kind of the most interesting text showing. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's good. And what I find is to cut it a little bit more narrow so that it slips easily inside. We're going to glue it down, but because we have this border here, we're not going to worry too much about, getting these edges perfectly covered. But if you cut it a little bit more narrow, it slips in a little bit easier. Where's the pen here? And that's probably good. Bye, Maria. Oh my gosh, have an amazing. Yeah, I forget Maria is in Spain, so it's dinner time where she is at. I'm so glad you're here. Have a wonderful dinner. Let's see. Oh, Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. Carrie popped in. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, let me make sure. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody other than Carrie. How are you, Carrie? Oh my gosh, Carrie, I felt like I was you. Isman with it when I know I've been teasing you because you say you don't sleep a lot, but it's been so hot here the last 2 nights. I woke up around, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that, our time. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, I can't sleep. It's so hot. I got up to use the restroom. And I don't know what time you post, but it must have just posted your craft room tour, like your redo. And I started watching it and I went back to bed and I had it playing, but then I went back this morning and finished watching it. So good. If you guys haven't watched it yet, Carrie's honey helped her do like a little redo on her shenanigans, her little craft room shed, and they kind of redid some of the desks and where she has her her sewing machine and just gave it a nice revamp. And I bet it's going to work a lot better. But you guys should definitely go watch that. I have Shenanigans envy. I have envy of Carrie's wonderful crafty creative space. I would love, love, love to have something like that. So wonderful. And it's filled with so many treasures. It just looks like such a happy space. Yes, it is so. Oh, Cotty's going to be right back. Oh, hi, Piper Lily. Hello. Oh, from Florida. Hello, welcome. Welcome. Doesn't it look good, Shawn? It looks so good. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't even imagine how wonderful it is just to sit in there and create and have fun. And you're just have all your treasures, all your vintage, all your craft supplies. You're just sitting amongst it all and creating. Yeah, but it is terrible. Hopefully tonight, I'm not gonna, but I've done that 2 nights in a row. I did fall back asleep though much quicker last night. I think the night before it took me a long time. In fact, I think Jim ended up, I think I did a bad thing because I added that art glitter glue there. I kind of created a problem. It's a little bit more narrow. Okay, let's fix that. Maybe let's cut a little bit more. Kind of mess myself up there, but we will fix it. Let's see if that did it. I just want it wide enough that it'll easily slip in. No, that's not good either. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it apart a little bit. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, that slips down in there. So that's what I'm after. I just wanted to get it so it would slip in. And this is very fiddly, but this is the best kind of way I've come up with to do this. So I just kind of open it like this. I take my art glitter glue and hopefully it's flowing well. Okay, we're flowing pretty good. And I just take, because it has this nice tip here, and I just kind of stick it down there. I try to get it along the bottom, you know, the sides as best I can. I kind of go around, and then definitely the top is very important. So when you stick your tags or ephemera, whatever you want to stick down in there, it doesn't catch. But that's kind of the best way I have found. Okay, we're gonna stick that down there. I saw that too at Shawn. Yeah, that Shawn said she loves that your honey comes and sits with you at the end of the day when he gets home from work or you get home from work. I love that. I think that is wonderful. Okay, I think we are good. All right, I'm just going to cut this along the top. I think I'll just cut it this way. Easy peasy. Nice. Okay, And then we have our little pocket. You could even, you know, mass make these if you wanted to make a bunch up ahead of time. I think they're awfully cute. And I'm wondering, you probably could do it with fabric too. I'm thinking you could probably do a whole piece of fabric and, you know, you could just sort of, you know, pull it up here and snip it and then do that cut around method with the scissors. I bet that would work pretty good too. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my rip rack. Here, I kind of like the orange. Where are you? Gosh, I have so many piles of stuff here. I see the big orange. Did I use? Oh, I guess I did. I used the big orange. So let's get a piece of that. Just copying what I did on the other one. Definitely kind of takes out the thought process of it all, right? Go. You could add buttons, you could add bows, you could add all kinds of cute little embellishments to these too. Little stamps, stickers. It's kind of one of those fun bases that I think you can just kind of run with the idea. Let's give that a little snip. Little snip. And I do so many lives that I think maybe we did a live project where we did something similar, or it could have been just a weekly prompt and I didn't do a tutorial on it, but I'll have to go back and look. I vaguely remember. Okay, very cute. Okay, now the challenge is going to come to find a book page image that's small enough. So let me see here. Let me grab. Ooh, this one's perfect. Look what, this is like, I walked over to my little piles. So I have all the internal pages for both books over on the other side of my dining room table. But this one's perfect. And it's probably Grandpa, and he's walking in front of the school with his grandchildren, and it says Washington School. So I think that's going to be perfect. So let's see. I'm going to fussy cut the whole thing out. Obviously, it's way too wide, but I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut, and then we'll decide on what makes the cut. For sure, we need to have that school sign in it, I feel like. Let's see, go up like that. Oh, this is perfect. I don't know if I want to do, we might do the whole thing, but we have great wording here. Look, said Grandfather, there is a school. We will walk past the school. So we'll see if we can fit all of it, or how much we can fit. Well, that was very serendipitous. I thought that was going to take an awfully long time, as it so often does. Definitely, this is the first time I've done school days journals. So going forward, I will create a little zipper folder going forward, and all this, you know, the newer supplies I picked up this year, And then as I run across book images, they'll go in. Ooh, are we gonna be able to fit Grandpa? I love that Grandpa's in there. And I think this is the wider. Yeah, okay, so we'll use pink because it's wider, first off. Let's see. Don't really need that green pole. So maybe I'll do like a little fussy cut around the school. I think I want to keep that if we can. Okay, we have that. Yeah, I think we'll do this, and then we're gonna lose that little grandbaby there. So I'll probably just cut this off straight on that side, I think. I think that's gonna work the best. And then that way I can keep that little side bit there of the school architecture. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And then these guest checks are kind of thin. Some of them are thicker. Like this style I have is a little bit thicker, this green one. But these pink ones that I happen to have are a little bit thin. So I want to back that in something. So let me grab, do I still have that out? I want just some like lined paper, I think, on the back. Let's see here. Where's all my piles? Oh, maybe up here. And this one I messed up. I thought I was I glued the line side, so I ended up with the blank side, but I didn't mind it because it made it a little bit thicker. And then I just did, just ripped off a piece of the line. So that one ended up with double, which actually looks kind of cute. Let's see here. You know what? Maybe we'll do the same thing because I like that it made it a little bit more sturdy. Let's do the same thing. Let me find, if I can find more of that paper in my little thing here. If not, I have a ton of it. Yeah, I don't. Let me grab my little folder that has my lined paper scraps here. I'm sure I have it. Surely. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, let's use this one. And this stuff is so, it's very old and cracky. So I've been trying to use this kind of construction paper up as much as I can. So let's glue this side to this. Let's just recreate that. Yeah, let's do that. Got that there. Okay, let's use this big one here. Oop, I need to get another one of these. I like this big one when you have big surfaces to glue. It's a big time saver. Although I am getting quite a collection. I think I have like 4 or 5 of the, when you get down to just that little bit, I've been saving them and I've become a scooper. I used to be a tosser and now I'm a scooper. Once I realized how far it goes, all those little bits that are left there in the bottom. Okay. All right, there we go. I know, Susie. Your sweet Gary was a carpenter. Oh. Oh, Shawn's husband's a carpenter. Let's see. My husband's a carpenter and roofer with arthritis in hips and back. but he won't be sit still. So we have a big computer type chair for him to get a little relief for a bit. Oh, does he have rheumatoid arthritis, Shawn, or just arthritis from so many years of working and using his body? Yeah, that type of work can be really hard. Oh yeah, see, look, Cotty said she did most of the pages in her composition junk journal planner with scooping. I mean, what did I do? I tested it on, I like to make these little gift tags that I put on my Etsy orders, you know, in my vintage shop, like my vintage stuff that goes out. I use them for like personal tags and all kind like happy mail tags. I like to tie them on there, but they're little tiny handmade tags. And I do kind of a combo of paper napkin decoupage, and I'll stamp them. I kind of add like different layers of stuff. And I think did I do like a whole 12 by 12? I don't know what, I have to go back and look at my post. I probably got like 40 or 50 tags. I got something crazy by just scooping, It was mind blowing. Helen is here. Hi, Helen. Oh my gosh, I missed you coming in. How are you today? Okay. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. If I did, hello. Okay. And I know a lot of our crafty friends watch on their television sets, and you cannot comment when you watch on the TV. So hello to anybody watching us on their televisions. Okay, we'll just trim that down. Get that out of the way. And let's just do like a little scrappy little thing. Here, let me grab my I'll just kind of do that and see what we want to do widthwise. Cute. That just kind of gives it a little bit more dimension on the back. And I think I'll wait to put that on. Let's round the corners. Where's all my stuff here? And I think with the guest checks, I mean, you can just leave them as is. You don't have to cut like into a tag shape, but I feel like it makes it look, just those little extra touches, I think, make a huge difference. Now, sometimes square is your friend, depending on what type of journal you're making. Maybe just the original square edges really speak to the type, but I don't know, just rounding the edges and cutting off the corners, or even if you round the top as well, I just think it changes it elevates it in some kind of way. Unexplainable, but I just think for me, it kind of transforms it. And it's that little extra detail, that little extra something. So we're going to clip the edges. Maybe it's just that little like extra, just few seconds of time that you take just to make it a little bit extra special. Okay, let's put our hole in just because that'll help us figure out how much room we have for everything. Okay. And now that we have our hole, let's go ahead, we can glue this on. Let's see. We'll do it that way. I like how it has the bigger top there. So we'll We'll do this side. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Cotty. The little nooks with the stud, between the studs. Okay, this is gonna have to be a scooper. And I need to order one. I have tons of the little ones. I think the big ones only come in a single pack, if I'm correct. But I ordered the big packs of these. I don't know how many are in there. A dozen, 24, something like that. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Cotty. It's really nice to have that extra spacing and the studs. Okay. Go. And I think I'm going to ink this a little bit. I haven't been inking too much in these journals, but just here and there, kind of occasionally. Oh, got a lot of glue on my hands. Kind of been leaving the, pockets and ephemera like a little bit cleaner of a theme. Not like super grungy, but just a little bit. Okay. All right, let's see where we get with this. And how much of this we can fit. If we can fit the 3 lines. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I like the looks. It looks, said Penny. Probably don't want to do there is a man. The man is up high. Probably that last line isn't going to be useful for us, but maybe look, Penny will be. So we'll keep that. Okay. Oh yeah, I think we'll have enough. I like the look, grandfather. I'm sure many of us had, if we lived close to our grandparents growing up. I'm sure our grandparents helped with getting us to school and picking us up. So I like that. In fact, when I was born, my dad was overseas, so he'd been drafted for the war, and so he wasn't home when I was born. And my mom was an only child, and she lived with let me make sure I don't mess up. Okay, she lived with my grandparents when my dad was overseas in Germany. And so when I was born, I came home to their house, and my papa, my grandfather, he had kidney issues. I think he had surgery and only had one kidney and wasn't able to work full time anymore. So he's the one that took care of me when I was a little baby. My mom worked full time. My my Nana, my grandmother, was working full time, and so my papa, he took care of me when I was a little baby, which was very cool. Let's see, are we going to be able to fit that? Let's see, looks said grandfather. Okay, I think I'm going to try to cut off that little bit there. So that's probably unusual. I don't know if that's something grandfathers typically do, but yeah. That's gonna go there and there. I just want to get the, see if, okay, the spacing is good. So I can go ahead and glue this down. And let me grab a pencil. I have pencil issues. I have this one, I need a real pencil. I have this one mechanical pencil and it's so terrible. The lead like comes like way out. So I just need just an old-fashioned regular pencil because Jim, my honey, he heard me say one day, "Oh, I need a pencil sharpener," and so he brought me a pencil sharpener home. But I need an old-fashioned pencil, so I don't have to mess with this anymore. It's very aggravating. I have like a fancy one, I think, that Taylor gave me, mechanical pencil, but I don't know, I have issues with the lead. Next time I'm in the Dollar Tree, I need to buy a pack of pencils. Okay, we're going to ink that up a little bit, and I kind of marked where I want that to be. I guess I'll use glue stick because I feel like art glitter sometimes gets really ridgy, if that's a proper word. It gets ridgy with these kind of thin book pages. So I'm going to use the glue stick here. What time do you go to school, sweetheart? In a little bit?
My house is at 4, so
Oh,
probably by 1.
okay. The kids started back to school this week, but today's Taylor, she only has in-person college classes on Thursday, which is nice because she has a very, very, very long commute to her campus or to campus. So it is nice this semester. She only has to go in person one day. Okay, I like that. Let's ink these up a little bit. Let's see here. Let me look at the chat. Ooh, are you getting close, Cotty, to getting your sewing machine? Oh, it's so nice, so nice. Mine is, because of course I craft on our dining room table, so I'm sitting like the short end. So this end, I do YouTube and do most of my crafting, and then my sewing machine, I just have to stand up, but it's at the other side, and it has been working well. That's very exciting. Why do I have this weird pop-up? It's like a printer pop-up. Let's see. Susie says her grandparents lived far away. Yeah, I was lucky. Both said so. My mom's, my maternal grandparents lived very close, obviously, because we lived with them for a period of time when I was a baby. And my dad's dad passed away when my dad was 18, but my grandma Katie, she lived probably, you know, couple cities over. So she lived close by, and she lived with her sister. Both were widow. Is that widowers? Is that proper to say for women? Widowers, widows, widows, and so they lived together for lots of years. So I loved being at their home. My grandma Katie and my aunt Linda, and then having my nana and papa super close by. Very, very blessed, and had great grandparents. So my mom's mother and stepfather also lived close by. So I had them around when I was little too. So very, very blessed, and spent lots of time at all of their homes. So it was very, very special. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Cotty said she got the cutest little desk from Facebook Marketplace for, oh, how fun for your sewing machine. Oh my gosh, it has happy yellow drawers. Oh my gosh. Can't be any more perfect. Oh, I love that's so you, Cotty. Oh my gosh. That's so very much you. Is the whole thing, are just the drawers yellow, or is the whole thing painted yellow? Wouldn't it be cute to put like cute, like I'm envisioning this whole thing like 70s like paper, like pinks and oranges and stuff like you love. Oh my gosh, it would be so cute. So cute on the inside. Oh my gosh. I'm picturing it. Okay, let's ink this side up. Oh, we were inking these, weren't we? So I'm so easily sidetracked. I do like to ink when I do the little word cutouts. I do like to ink around them just to give them a little bit of definition. So I'll use a vintage photo. Sometimes I'll use the black ink, whatever the name of the black ink is. What is that called? I always forget. Black soot? Yeah, black soot. I'll use that as well. I think it just helps them pop a little bit. Also, pencil works really good, I think, as well, just to give them a little bit of an outline. Micron pen, that kind of thing. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, hopefully I get these on right. So it's look, said grandfather. There is a school. I can't believe I messed up. Well, I can't believe that I messed up the other ones, but thankfully it still made sense. Okay. All right, let's put that one on that top line. What time is it? I can't believe we've gotten 2 projects done. Wow. We did good today. Okay. Looks like grandfather. I think I'll kind of line them up on the left. Sometimes I like to offset them a little, but go put them so they're kind of like a book page. Laurel is here. Never late, Laurel. How are you today? I hope you're having a good day. Cute. Oops, we're kind of stuck. Super cute. I love the way that looks. And I'm glad we had enough room to fit the grandfather line. I know, Susie, it's very unlike me. Usually I talk way too much and I'm very overly ambitious on what I think we're going to get done for the day, or I pick very complicated, in-depth, detailed projects, which is sometimes typical of me. Okay, let's see how this. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so that's how it's going to look once it's in our cute little pocket. I think that's awfully sweet. And I love how we can see the little grandpa image and the little school image there through the window. Cute. Okay, let's put a little topper. Let me see. Ooh, I could even use an index card. No, I think that's too light. Let me see. I like that little scrapbook paper. I had a little scrappy bit. I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm going to ask you guys, did I ask you guys this before? So does anybody know how to use these, or give me some good ideas? So I got these in like a craft kit, kind of like a haul from Whatnot. I had bought like a big like a de-stash thing from a seller on Whatnot. And sorry, my hands are very gluey. Let me take the middle out of this one. So they're just these thin kind of plastic letters. And I have like ABC. I have 2 sets. And so, you know, they're kind of big, but they're this see-through-y type plastic. And I'm trying to figure out how I could use them, because obviously, you know, they don't show up very well if I just put them, right? They don't show up very well, and I'm assuming these are probably an older, like from the scrapbook days kind of thing. So they're kind of thin like that. But if you just glue them to a book page, they're not going to show up very well. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I was thinking maybe fabric. Maybe I could glue fabric onto the back. Maybe decoupage napkin or something. I don't know, because I'd have to be able to cut it out easy. And then I don't know if there's an issue with the glue showing. So obviously I can probably take these little cutoffs and do some testing. But what do you guys think? Because I think that would be fun to put on, you know, the front of a pocket or something, or I could do like ABC down this way. I just think they're really cool, but I'm not, I need to play around with them a little bit. But I was thinking maybe some of you might recognize them or can think of some ideas. Okay, I had the cutest little scrap for the little hole protector. It was a whole big piece of it too. All right, let me dig around in my bin. Because heaven knows I have lots of. Oh, that might be cute. Yellow. That. Let me see this one right here. Oh, I like that because it's got a little bit of yellow. Let's see if we have enough to get some circles. I have enough real estate here. Yeah.
one. That doesn't do anything. And I think I have enough on this one. That probably does me. This piece. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ooh, although that would be really nice for stenciling and mark making. Huh. I think I'll have to keep that for that. Okay. Let's see. Did anybody say oh, was it the first day of school? Oh my gosh, I love the first day of school for little ones. Oh my gosh, first day of pre-K. Oh my gosh. How was it for you, Laurel? I feel like I got a little teary-eyed dropping both of my kids off, or they both of my kids did pre-K, which here at the time, I guess they called it DK. It was called DK, and then I think our school district changed it to TK. I don't know what either one stands for, but they both did pre-K. I feel like they were good, but I feel like I was a little bit, I don't know, it just felt like a moment. Oh, I love that. He had a great day. Oh my gosh. That's just the best age. That's the best age ever. Okay, Cotty says she loves acrylic letters. You could alcohol ink them. Okay, I'm gonna try that, Mama. I do have alcohol inks that I don't use very often. I'm gonna write that down. And I'll have a little play this week, and then I'll share with you guys alcohol ink. I'm gonna try that. Cotty says maybe sandwich. Oh yeah, maybe sandwich fabric in between them. I love that, and hang them as charms. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that idea too. Okay, so sandwich fabric. So I'll try that too. That would be so cute. I love that. The other, ooh, let me show you. I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. Let me show you these things too. What did I do with, where did it go? Oh. So that craft lot, and it's in a haul. I shared them, all this kind of stuff. But these are the other things I have. So these were in that same haul. And so I thought these would be fun too. Let me see. They're like little cardboard cutouts. So there's like they're like little clothes, like a little t-shirt, like little pants and stuff. I thought these would be fun to decorate in some way too. Like, look at the little overalls, they're so cute. So I could even, sorry, I have so much glue on my fingers. So I was thinking I could even cover like the overalls in something and then put something on the little pocket there. So I have these as well. I think those would be fun to make some fun things from the charm, or for the charms, but I can totally picture that. Okay, I'm gonna try both of those things, the alcohol ink and the sandwiching. And then I think, was there some of this too? Yeah, and then there were all these like thick acrylic ones like this. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's driving me crazy how much glue I have on my fingers. It's like I'm sunburnt and I'm peeling. I don't think I can put additional holes, but maybe you guys know, I think these are kind of from the older scrapbooky days too, but at least some of them have, like, there's a little heart here. So I think those are going to be fun. But there was all kinds of fun stuff in that haul. These are like kind of thick ones too, like that. So, okay, I am very excited about trying the alcohol. Look at that. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Like, look how thick that is. Because that would add a lot of bulk. I'm sure that's like an old scrapbook type thing. And then what are these? I think these are acrylic too, but they're kind of interesting. So those will also be, yeah, those are going to be, and I have a bunch of those alphabet letters. So I have a ton to experiment with. That is going to be fun. Okay, let's put a hole in the center of the pen. Horrible pen. Sometimes I do it opposite. Sometimes I'll punch the hole and then I'll come in with the bigger circle punch. I feel like no matter which way I do it, it never comes out very even, but I kind of change it up, I guess, depending on my mood. But I do like to make sure, I like this paper punch because I can see the little dot. I just have to clear it out and then kind of line it up. And I do have a paper punch or a die cut thing that makes these as well. I need to just make a huge batch, just sit down one day and make a ton of them. I probably should have looked in there first. Okay. Let's ink that up. Oh. Laura, I bet he loved his teacher, right? That age. Oh my gosh. I feel like they always love their teacher. They just love being with all their friends and all the fun stuff. Ugh, love it. Okay, there we go. Does your school district, Laurel, have where you can volunteer in the class if you want to? Sometimes it's hard when you have multiple kids, but I loved volunteering. And then you really get to spend, you get to know all the other little students and the other little kids and all their cute little personalities. Which are precious. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have our little hole protector. And then let's see, what do we want to use? I'm just going to copy because then I don't have to think about it too much. Copy. Do you want to come say hi to the friends? Show you. Let me see if I can get Poppy. Do you want to come say hi to friends? Come here. Come here. Are you the wild? Are you wild? Will you come say hi? So he's all kinds of crazy right now. I'll see if he comes over. Come here. Poppy, come here. Come see Mama. He's a little. His new favorite thing is getting in, I don't think he does it in the kids' bathroom, but getting in our bathroom, getting in the shower. Like the tub. He lays in there, he thumps around, he rolls around in there. I don't know if it's like soap smells. I don't know what it is. Is it the water? I mean, he does it. Taylor says it's the water. He does it even when it's, or she can't even get him. She's trying to pick him up. He's all kinds of crazy. Poppy. He's all kinds of crazy. I was trying to take pictures of him this week too. I can share a couple pictures. He's so hard to take pictures of because he's either sleeping in a really weird place, so you can't, like an awkward, like by a wall or something, so you can't take a picture. Oh, Taylor got him. Let's see. Do you think we can put him here? Do you think he'll just What do you think? Or should I turn the camera around?
What is?
Say
Look
hi.
Look
Say
up.
hi to the friends. Hi. Show your little man face with your dirty eyes. Oh, he's like, I'm scared. Let's see. Come here, Bubba. Can you guys see? Look how peachy he's getting. Oh yeah, his tail. He's getting so much more orange. He's like our little marshmallow boy. Oh, and he has a little man face now. Puppy. He's like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Because I gave him food, I faked him out.
Oh, you gave him a treat.
No, I put
And
him
his
in
little
bowl.
paws, you can kind of see. He's like, Mom, I don't like this. I don't like it. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh my gosh, he's so okay, let me see if anybody else had any more. Oh, Cotty's gotta run. Bye, Cotty. Hugs and love. Have a good day. Post a picture of your yellow sewing machine cabinet with the drawers. I'm dying to see it. Oh, I love that too. Do I have confetti? I might. I think I do. I have little, what do you call it? The little sequins. I haven't quite ventured into making shakers. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet of supplies. Okay, shaker. Oh, I have that. Yeah, because I probably could sew them, right? Sew them or do art glitter on the edges maybe. Oh, you still have your 2-year-old at home? Yeah, so it sounds like are yours like 3 years apart? My kids are a month shy of 3 years apart. So it was hard when my son was home, but I think when Ryan started preschool, then I was able to help, I think, in Taylor's classroom, and they didn't need that, and they didn't want people coming in and helping in the preschool for whatever rules or reasons they had. So I think that was when I could kind of start to help a little bit when he was in preschool, and then Taylor was in pre-K and kindergarten. Okay, sew them together. Okay, did I write that down? Yeah, shaker, sew or glue. Oh, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Let's see. Amy said decoupage them and embellish the covers. Oh, that's cute too. Oh, here, let me cut this. So this, and then we're gonna call these done. I think I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay, we got this done. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Okay, let's see. Let's see what they would look like on the cover. Let me put a little clip on here. I'm trying to keep as best as I can everything kind of together. Okay. Oh, I think that might look really cute on this one, huh? What did I do with them? Let's see. It would cover up, oh, maybe they're too big, huh? Here, A, B. Oh, I wish they were smaller, right? I think, oh, you guys can't see, but if they were a little bit smaller, oh my gosh, it would be so cute here, because there's not really anything important here. I feel like around the corner, let's see what the back looks like. We got the little kids there. I could do, let's see, would that fit? Where's my C? I could do, I think I have a C2 out. Could do something like that maybe on the back, because that top part isn't too interesting. What do you think? That might be cute. Like that. I'm envisioning like cute fabric. Something like that. Like little polka dot, like red polka dot to pick up on the red rickrack might be super cute. Okay. So that's that. I think that's a good option. Let's see. This one, I feel like it has too much good stuff going on at the front and the back too. So I don't think it'll work for this one. In this one, I ended up doing a little collage on, because this is not a vintage. Well, it may be vintage, but it had a barcode, so it was new enough that it had a barcode on here. It's like a newer one of those Dick and Jane reproduction books. So I didn't want that barcode showing, so I ended up doing a little collage here. And then I think it maybe even had a price there, so I put a little milk bottle cap there to cover up. So that one, it doesn't work, but I think that might be really cute. What do you guys think? Yeah, mini florals, polka dot, something really, really, really cute. Okay, so that'll give us something fun to play with next week. Let's see. Susie says it's so hard when they cry. I know. It's so good when they're happy and they run off and they're so happy. It's very hard when the little ones cry when mama leaves. Yeah. But I have to say the teachers, right? The teachers are always super amazing, especially if they've been teaching preschool and kindergarten and stuff for a long time. They're so adept at what is the word? I don't know I can't think of the word, but not deflecting, but having them focus on other stuff. Yeah. It's like heartbreaking. Okay, bye, Cotty. Bye. Yeah, where I'll have to share like the thicker ones and come up with some ideas. And I bet you'll come up with some good ideas. Let's see. Gail said, oh, that'll be so fun. Oh my gosh. And then I don't, do they do that still? I don't know. I think pre-K does it too. They do the 100-day, like the 100-day parties. I know in kindergarten for sure, at least back in the day when, I mean, my kids are soon to be 24 and just turned 21. So we're obviously very far away from those early school days, but they used to do like the 100-day party that was super fun to help out with. Oh my gosh. So Gail says if you heat up heat up a poker tool all with a candlelight, it will poke a hole through the thickest plastic acrylic. The thick stuff, Gail. Okay. I always have my my ice pick. I have two of these. They were my mom's. So I have, in case one breaks, I have one at the ready. So yeah, I could probably heat this up and try that. Okay. Might have to have my husband help me. I don't know. I get really nervous around like hot and flames things and lighting things. I mean, I can light candles and stuff, but I don't like bonfires or fireplace stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What did Shawn say? It's cool to the touch. Okay, good. Yeah, super good tip. So I'm going to play because I do want to use, I think those thicker, like the little blue circles that I showed, I think those would be fun for sure to add to dangles, because otherwise I don't know what I would do. I'd have to like do like mixed media or something. Yes, isn't he? He's a little toasty marshmallow. And I keep saying, don't get any darker. Like, just stay toasty. I hope he just stays just super. Am I talking about you? He just poked his head around the corner. I hope he just stays toasty like that. But Benny was, well, he was a little bit darker when we got him. So Benny was 6 months old, and I think Poppy's 5 months old right now. And Benny got a lot darker. Like, his markings are so like all down, his whole torso down his back. Still has the blue eyes, but he definitely darkened up. Oh, okay, Laurel. So you have a 12-year-old, 4 and 2. Okay. Awesome. Oh my gosh. And all boys. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm so glad, Bug. I am so glad you did that. Very, very important. Very, very important. I am so glad you did that, my friend. Someday when I'm braver, I may share some things I've gone through in life, but let's just say that there are the mammograms don't just diagnose breast cancer. Let's just say they can be important for other types of cancer as well. In my case, it was. So I kind of keep it close to my close. This isn't something I've really been public with, and kind of shared that whole journey with everybody. Sometimes I don't feel quite brave enough to do it, but maybe someday I will. But I can't say enough for the importance of mammogram. My mother was a breast cancer survivor. She later passed away from a different form of cancer, but very, very important. And in my case, found something completely unrelated from breast cancer through a mammogram. So very, very important. I'm so glad you did that, my friend. Let's see. Llama says, I usually sew them, just don't use glitter. Okay, good. See, I haven't made them. Okay, so you sew them. Let me see here, because I need to know this. I usually sew them, don't use glitter. Okay, don't use glitter if sewing. I have another question for you guys on sewing. Use the confetti instead. Do you ever use, because I don't think I have, maybe I do have some confetti. Maybe Taylor bought me some, it's like larger glitter, like big chunky glitter. So I think maybe it would be considered confetti, but I definitely have a bunch of like vintage sequins, right, that I could probably use. Glitter will work. Okay, glitter will work its way through the sewing. Okay, good to know, because I have lots of glitter. I have lots of vintage bottles of glitter. Leanne is here. Hi, Leanne. He's getting so big. Oh, I just want him to stay. I want him to stay the size he is and toasty marshmallow color. I don't want him to get any darker and any bigger. I want him to stay exactly the way he is. Let's see, Laurel. Yes, I do. Laurel. I do have a ton of CD holders. So you know what I'm going to do right now, because I have a little, I can't show it, but remember how I started? Let's see, do I have an envelope for you? Let's see, no, that's Laura. Let me go grab an envelope, because I probably will forget as soon as we're off, but let me go grab an envelope. I'll be right back. I have big envelopes in the other room, and then I'll make a little one for you. fact, I'm going to leave a bunch of these big envelopes in my little bin here. Because I just have little things started, but it's like not enough for full-on Happy Mail. So let me make up one for you. It's my new way of doing my new way of doing it because, oh my gosh, I feel like when I do Happy Mail, it takes so long. And these are little, let me find some that aren't, but I thrifted two big, like two big packages. So 1, 2, let me put a bunch in here. Okay. Like so many. Okay. So I have one started. Does anybody else need any? Because I do have envelopes started for other people. Let's see. Oh, angle them randomly, overlap these. Yeah, I could. Oh yeah, like that kind of a thing. Yeah, I could maybe even do that if I do that, right? Because then I could use, ooh, that looks cute. Because I could use different fabric. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do fabric, I think, because this napkin is cute, but I think I have more cute choices when it comes to fabric. Sequins will work. Okay, perfect. Okay. Oh, is it Leanne? Well, earlier we were having issues with commercials, which I think we fixed. So I have to remember when doing the lives, I'm going to do low from now on. And then when we get off, I can just change it if I want to change it. That's super easy to do. But at least it's good to know that it's working. It is working. Okay, my friends. Okay, I'm going to add this down here. There's Laurel's. But yeah, if anybody else, just let me know in the craft group or whatever, leave it in the comment or send me a message and I'll put those. But I think we did good today, my friends. We got 2 whole projects done. We got this cute little bookmark done and we made this. So these are going to be cute. And both of these are going to end up in, does it fit? Yeah. These will both go in this other journal since we already have one in this one. And I think that one will end up in that one. It's going to be super fun to play with those plastic things. Okay, what do we need to talk about? Next week, what are we going to be doing here? Well, I'll definitely share kind of what I discovered, what I kind of came up with the acrylic letters. And I think next week I'm going to be far enough along. Like I'm pretty close to being able to sew in the signatures in this one. I need to work on that 3rd signature a little bit more. So I'll probably wait to sew in with you. We've all sewn signatures in before, but I know some people might be a little bit new and maybe they'll stumble upon this series. So I'll wait. I'll sew those in with you guys. And then I think we'll probably start working on some tab ideas. So little fun tabs, maybe some, I don't know, scrappy things to add to the edges of paper. I think we'll probably be moving on to that next week. And then I'm envisioning the final episodes will probably end up with 4. We'll do a dangle. So I think, yeah, I already made, so I already made one for this. Let's see if we still like it because I've bought some, yeah, I think this is still good. So this one, I already have one made for this journal, which I made a while back. And I think it's still very cute. I mean, I bought a few more charms, like I have, where are these at? Like I have these little fun ones I picked up at Hobby Lobby, which will probably end up on that. But I think what I'll do with these for sure, we'll make some little fun edge dangles or some little tabs and add these onto there so that at least they get included in this journal because I started this one so long ago. And let's see, I guess I could maybe even add, if I want to, sorry, I could probably even add another little, maybe tie another little dangle on here if we want to add some extra stuff, maybe some of those little plastic things. You know, we're going to try Gail's thing and put little holes in them. So I don't know, maybe we'll play with this one a little bit. We'll see. We will see. Okay. Okay, I think, let's see. Llama says, I have a small Dremel tool you can drill, right? Oh, I have a small Dremel too. I think was my mom's or my stepdad's. So I could, okay, I could try that too. So if the heating thing makes me nervous, well, I'll just have Jim help me. Frankly, I'll probably have him help me with both until, but you know what I do have? I have a drill press with a little fine drill, like really thin that I used to use for metalworking. So I could also try that too, right? Because it's like, it has a handle, so you just have to put the thing there and then pull. It's like a big, like, what is that, Harbor Freight. It's like a big, huge commercial drill press. So I could try that as well. Which, funny enough, I'm comfortable working with the big, huge drill press, but not the other. Let's see. Oh, Helen says she's still getting commercials. Hope, yeah. Is it a lot of commercials, Helen, or is it less so? That's good to know. And frankly, if it gets too bothersome, I'll just go back to turning them off, and then I just turn them on when we're done, because I want it to be a good experience for you guys. So I'm super open to doing that. Let's see. Leanne says she needs to bite the bullet and pay for YouTube so I don't have to see ads during lives. They are annoying. Yeah, I think, what did Nettie say? $34.99? I think Nettie shared earlier, which I guess is not too bad. And if you could do like a family package, I might think about doing that. Because Jim watches a lot of YouTube. He loves watching like all the fishing and the camping people and the Jeep people. So he watches a lot of YouTube. Kids both watch it. Like, we're kind of a YouTube family. We all watch more YouTube content than we do regular television. So it's probably worth it. Oh yes, I could do different. Yeah, I could change it up and do different surfaces. Yes, I had to. If anybody missed that, I was having this thing probably for a couple weeks where it's really hard when you get older and you can't find the words, where a commercial would start playing, and I'm not sure if they were long commercials or short commercials, and then it would just freeze and nothing would happen. Sometimes the screen would go blank, but it would completely freeze, and then I would have to close out the video, go back and find it on whatever I had thumbs up or whatever I had just watched. And I was doing that for a couple weeks, and it was very, very annoying. So yesterday or the day before, I completely uninstalled YouTube. I took it off of my phone. Now, I don't watch on my laptop and never on my TV, so I don't know if it would also do it there, but I had to uninstall the app, and then I added it back in. And it also asked me a question, which was weird. It was something about, did I want to share something across other apps? Maybe it was a Google thing. I don't know. And I said no. And then it's worked perfectly. So I did that a couple days ago. Let's see. Not a lot, maybe 3. Oh, Laura only pays $12 a month. Okay. Shawn says same thing. Yeah, everybody watches more YouTube in your house. Helen only watches YouTube. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. So Nettie, it's $34.99, and Laurel, it's only $12. Very interesting. I wonder if it matters. Like, did you sign up a long time ago, Laurel? I wonder if that maybe $34.99 is the kind of the running price. I'm afraid to like click on the thing. I guess I don't know why. I shouldn't be afraid. I'm very afraid to click on the thing. Well, maybe I'll do it. I'll see. I'm gonna do some research to see if I can do like a family plan, and the kids can be on it in gym. And then even if it's $34.99, it's probably well worth it. Now, here's the question: if you pay for the plan, so you're not seeing commercials, but do our friends still, right? Because I like the aspect of the commercials, because that for the friends of ours here on YouTube that are monetized, that's how they get paid, for putting all the time and effort into the content that they're creating. So how does that work? Okay, so Laurel's had her for 4 years. So let's see if Nettie says how long she's had hers. So how does that work because I feel like, that's such a huge support. I mean, it's not a ton of money, but at least it can cover craft supplies. It can cover, you know, a myriad of things, expenses that we have, that people that take the time to create and share. Okay, so Nettie says it's possible to have a family plan. Okay, it's possible I have a family plan. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we'll all have to do some more research this week and report back. So, all right, my friends, I'm not going to turn the camera around. Oh, maybe I will. Let's see what my hair looks like. My new haircut. I might be very afraid. Oh. It's not too bad. It popped up a little bit. I chopped probably, I don't know. I told her to cut it way off. I probably cut like 3 or 4 inches of hair this week. So not too bad. It's a lot shorter, and it feels so good because it's been so hot. So not too bad. I think sometimes when you get your hair cut drastically, it has to like settle into its thing. So I think it has to settle into its thing a little. 6 years. Okay, so you've had it. Shawn says, I can't explain it, but when you Google it, it explains how that works. Okay, perfect. All right. I'm going to look that up this week, and hopefully I'm probably not the best person to explain things clearly, but I'm going to make myself a note. The Google, the YouTube thing. And how people get credit for it still, because I want to make sure. that still gets done. Okay, so Nettie says, I asked about that and was told they still get credit when we watch. Okay, good. That's good. Because that's mostly what I watch. A majority of what I watch is crafting. I love Space Maker Method. So that's a channel. Every Sunday I watch my Space Maker Method, the new one that comes out every Sunday. I look forward to that. Mostly crafting. Mostly crafting, creative. I have some vintage channels. I still love watching the picking and the estate sale stuff. So there's a number of, like, I would say more vintage type channels that I watch content. And probably the most like off the wall different is I have a couple channels that I watch of some sweet, they seem so sweet, families that live in Mexico that are building houses. I don't know why. I'm fascinated with home building and construction, and maybe that's why I'm a crafter. But I like stuff like, I like cleaning. I don't know. I like stuff where people are improving and doing stuff. I like that. Home improvement stuff. So I have a couple channels where, I'm watching a couple families that are doing like big home builds.
in Mexico, right? This is fascinating, you know, because the construction's very different in Mexico versus the States, and cement, and I don't know, just all these cool things they have in the cool tiles. And okay, Nettie says she doesn't know how it works. Yeah. Okay, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube has it worked out. Okay, so I'll do a deep dive this week and see if I can figure it out. And then I'll share. I'll share what I figure out. Laurel says she watches mystery shows. Okay, crafts and books. Oh, puzzles. That's interesting. Is it people that are making puzzles, like jigsaw puzzles? I love putting jigsaw puzzles together. Oh, that's super interesting. Thank you, Helen. I still have to figure it out. I don't know. Usually when it's wet though, I kind of crunch it, because I used to have stick straight hair, and now as I've gotten older, I have like wave in my hair. But I wasn't doing that when it was crafty. But I try to remember as it's drying to kind of crunch it so it gets a little bit more volume. But clearly I didn't do that because I was busy crafting with all of you. But thank you. Oh, I love that. Books and puzzles. Okay. Are you going, honey? Okay. Safe driving. Drive safe. Have fun. What time are you going to be home?
It's at 6. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Enjoy, sweetheart. It's exciting. Exciting. First day of school. All right, friends. I will see you all next week. I'll see you next Thursday. If I don't see you beforehand, I'm sure I'll see you in the chats. And remember, go down in the description, click subscribe, follow all the creators that I have listed below that are trying to get to their subscriber goals and their watch hour goals before February. It's really important. I think we can do that as a community, as a YouTube family. And also go watch Shawn's video on her Dollar Tree D-Stash challenge. I'm going to participate, and I hope you all participate in it as well. I love you all, and I will see you next week. Bye. Where's the end?